Hello and welcome to Wallybois. Do you hear that all humming in the background? Well, that's my laser. That's the long gear B140 watt laser. And we will be doing some laser engraving because I need to make another one of these. Because I've actually, I've got some more drill bits, you see. These are brad point drill bits. You know, the little wood drill bits, little point in the middle. So it allows you to, find your centre point. Ideal if you're doing any dowel work, for instance. So, needless to say, I need to actually make a new one of these using this block of wood. Now, when I made this one, I basically just drilled holes that are effectively 0.5 millimetre bigger than the actual drill bit itself. Otherwise, it gets stuck in the hole, wouldn't it? You know, especially as the wood shrinks a little bit, that'll tighten up around the actual drill bit. But you see, the actual writing on there, with the sizes of the drill bits and stuff like that, I did that using a pyrography iron, which is, you know, it's a nice way of doing it, I suppose. But it means I've got the old lasers back there. I thought, well, I think I'll have a go at making another one, but this time, laser engraving it before I put the holes in. So this video is not about putting the holes in, because it's putting holes in a bit of block of wood, isn't it? It's about the actual engraving itself. So that's what we're going to be doing in this video. But to do that, you have to create a piece of artwork first, preferably with a transparent background. And I've created a piece of art, if you can call it art, using Infinity Photos, like Photoshop. I actually really like this software. I think it's really good. It's not expensive either. Now, so I created that. But also, we have created that, as in, this is the software that I use to burn into the wood. Whatever I want to do, it gets burned into that piece of wood. And as you can see, there it is. Alright. Now, why has it gone the wrong way? It's right in there. So basically, it's got Brad Point written on there, got my logo in the middle, which is totally unnecessary. I've also got some little crosses on there, which I'm expecting where that's where the holes are going to be for the actual drill bits themselves. It's I think it's 8 drill bits there, so yeah, 5. That's 8 bits from site 3 all the way up to 10 with a Brad Point. Generally speaking, Brad Point bits under 3mm are pointless. Pointless. Okay, don't give up. Yeah, don't get me a day job. So now I've created that onto the software. I've got to decide on what power output it's going to be. And at the moment, if I go into, hang on, that's the wrong one. There you go. Into my layers palette, which is here, it's set to speed of 100 and a power of 60. That's too high. So I'm going to bring that down to about, let's say 45, I think. Still fairly high. That's the percentage of power. You see, it's a 40 watt laser. So 45% power at 100 millimeters per second. Is it still a bit on the high side? Maybe. Maybe not. But you see, it's going to get full of dirt anyway, isn't it? So we now have that set at 45, 100 millimeters a second. And it should, engrave all them in there nicely in a single layer. You could do it as separate layers if you want. Like, for instance, little crosses. Do I need them deep? No. But I'm going to drill them out anyways. Doesn't matter. So that is the plan. I hope they're in the right place. We'll find out later. So, if we go back to me. There we go. So that's my little block of wood. Now, in hindsight, I shouldn't have cut this to size. I really shouldn't have done. I could have made life a lot easier for myself if I didn't cut it to size. Because I want this to fit in a certain place in my cabinet. And it is literally that size. Now the reason why I say that, I've now got to line it up exactly to that size, the laser itself, which is going to be a bit finicky, especially that I'm new to this, so there's probably easier ways of doing it, so it's going to be a bit of a faff to start with, to make sure everything is lined up. It's not like trying to go past the edges or stuff or mislining. We'll see in a minute. I'm bound to mess it up like that. But you see, the thing is, if I didn't trim it down to size and I left it at full size, because the block wood was a lot bigger, I could have just cut it to, engraved it all, and then cut it out to wherever my marks were. to suit. But no, I had to put it, a bit of a Karen moment. Sorry to all the Karens out there. So we've got to line this up first on the actual laser. So bring the microphone over here. I'm going to press frame, and it'll fire a low power. I've got to set 1%. That's all. I took that 2% power, so it won't burn the wood. It'll just give me a little bright light, so I can tell whereabouts the laser's going to consider the size of the workpiece. As you can see, I got it in totally the wrong place. I just had a mad idea. Where you could actually do the framing with a high power laser, but have a board underneath, a thin board underneath, and then you could burn a line on there effectively, and then you could line up with that line. It's probably a crazy way of doing it, but I suppose it'd work. So I can do this several times. It's way out. I've just got to nick the edges. That's not far out now, I don't think. I'm having that. Oh, that's good. I think I'm about right enough. It's still got more time. I hope so. Otherwise, I'll have to eat that. It looks okay. So you need the glasses. Got to put your glasses on if you're staying in the room. I'm actually going to leave the room and allow it to do its thing, and then I'll be back. And I'll probably fast forward that portion of the video. Ooh, not too bad. Hello, I'm back. Well, yes, alignment issues, I can see that. As you can probably see yourself. And what I should have done is literally not trim it, but I should have trimmed it afterwards. So that's my mistake. But you learn, don't you? Also, I need to learn how to do alignment properly using the laser. So I might make a video about that once I've worked out how to do it. There must be an easier way to make sure that you got this exactly where you want it. If you're doing repeated ones, it's not really an issue, is it? Because once you've done one, okay, that's good. every single other one should be in the same place. So there must be a way of doing this. Is there a way of marking the centre of your workpiece from corner to corner, so to speak? So then it marks the centre of the actual artwork to the centre of the actual workpiece. The burn itself, let me show you on the overhead camera, I think is actually quite reasonable. It's just not aligned. No, it's just not aligned at all. And also, I actually moved it a little bit during it because it was coming off the edge here. And I should not worried. I should have left it. And the 8 and the 9 and the 10, a little bit wonky, to say the least. But it's good enough for what I want to use it for. You know, it's just so I've got a visual reference for when I put the bits into the holes. And I don't end up mixing them up, or you know, I'm in a situation I don't really know what sizes they are without actually having to use some verniers. So now I suppose I need to drill those holes, and it'll still do its job. But it could have been better, couldn't it? And it's not the laser's fault, that's me. Alright? To be fair, definitely my fault. Yeah. But you learn, don't you? Eh? You learn. So now I'm going to take it into the workshop. I'm going to drill some holes, I suppose. So anyway, toodaloo. But please boot the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel and a little bell icon, because then you get one place in your pocket the next time I mess up. Toodaloo.